Number 5. The 2006 F-150. We're starting with one of the roughest years Ford ever shipped out to dealer lots, and that's the 2006 F-150. Under the hood, this truck is running the 5.4-liter Triton V8 V8, and by the time 2006 rolled around, this engine had earned a reputation as one of the most trouble-prone power plants in the whole Triton lineup. Cam phaser failures were everywhere, spark plug issues were brutal, and timing chain problems topped the list of complaints from both everyday owners and the mechanics who had to fix them. Here's the plain truth of what that means for you as a buyer. You could be looking at a truck that bleeds you dry with small repair after small repair, or one that blindsides you with a single catastrophic bill worth more than the truck itself. And the engine isn't the whole story. Transmission troubles pile on top. The electrical system can't be trusted. Build quality bottomed out this model year, and when several problems hit at once, which happens often, repairs can exceed the truck's market value. Long-term reliability tracking and owner feedback both point to the same conclusion. The 2006 F-150 has some of the highest failure rates of any year this truck has ever seen. Engine repairs alone can run into the thousands. Add transmission work and electrical gremlins, and you're staring down a serious financial headache. If you spot a 2006 F-150 with a suspiciously low price tag, there's a reason. Walk away. Number 4. The 2004 F-150. The 2004 is really where Ford's rough patch got started, and it's a year that deserves a wide berth. This was the debut year of the redesigned 11th generation truck, and Ford decided to launch the troublesome 5.4-liter Triton V8 right along with it. Pairing first-year redesign kinks with a brand new, unproven engine is about as risky a combination as you can get when you're shopping for a used truck. This was the model year that introduced the infamous cam phaser setup, the one that creates what mechanics nicknamed the death rattle when you start the engine cold. It also brought in two-piece spark plugs that have a nasty habit of seizing up and snapping off during what should be routine maintenance. Getting a broken spark plug extracted can cost you anywhere from $300 to $600 per cylinder. And remember, this is an 8-cylinder engine. On top of all that, timing chain failures can take out the whole engine if they aren't caught in time. The numbers back up just how bad this year really was. The 2004 F-150 racked up more than 2,400 complaints filed with the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration, along with 16 separate recalls, making it one of the most complained about model years this truck has ever had. That's not bad luck. That's a pattern. According to both mechanic consensus and owner-reported data, cam phaser and timing chain repairs on these trucks can easily climb into the thousands of dollars. Reliability scores from Consumer Reports for this generation reflect exactly how widespread these problems were. In many ways, Ford was using its own customers to test unproven technology in the real world, and that's not something you should have to pay for out of your own pocket. Number 3. The 2005 F-150. The 2005 F-150 picks up right where 2004 left off, and then piles on a few extra headaches for good measure. You've still got that same 5.4-liter Triton V8 with all of its cam phaser failures, spark plug nightmares, and timing chain risks. But 2005 also adds transmission trouble, electrical quirks, and build quality issues that stack right on top of everything else already going wrong under the hood. Consumer Reports handed this generation reliability scores that would be an embarrassment for trucks built decades earlier. We're talking about core systems failing on a regular basis in what was supposed to be Ford's flagship pickup at the time. Long-term reliability data and real owner accounts show that engine repairs on the 2005 F-150 can easily run into the thousands of dollars, and transmission issues can tack on several thousand more. When multiple systems break down together, which happens often enough with this year, the total repair bill can outpace what the truck is even worth. That means you're paying more to keep a truck running than the truck is actually worth, and nobody wants to be stuck in that position. This model year is really a case study in what happens when a manufacturer rushes a redesign out the door without giving it proper testing time. Ford leaned toward hitting production targets instead of building something owners could count on. If your bank account matters to you, this is a year to avoid completely. Number 2. The 2013 F-150. Now here's one that might catch you off guard, because on paper, the 2013 F-150 looks pretty solid. But look a little closer and you'll find a real problem hiding in the drivetrain. The 6-speed automatic transmission fitted to the 2013 model is notorious for slipping, shifting roughly, and dropping into lower gears when you're not expecting it. That last part isn't just an annoyance. Unexpected downshifts while you're cruising at highway speed are a genuine safety hazard, and that's not something you want to gamble with on a truck you drive every day. Owner complaints and reliability tracking both confirm this isn't a rare fluke. These transmission problems show up again and again across multiple sources, including complaint filings with the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and repair data gathered from thousands of independent shops nationwide. What makes it frustrating is that the rest of the truck is genuinely decent, but a transmission you can't fully trust drags down the reliability of the whole vehicle, and transmission repairs are never cheap to begin with. You could be facing a significant repair bill, and there's no guarantee that even a proper fix will hold up over the long run. If you're shopping for an F-150 from this general era, there are better model years sitting on either side of 2013 that'll give you a far more dependable truck for roughly the same money. Don't let an attractive price tag on a 2013 talk you into a costly mistake. Number 1. The 2010 F-150. The 2010 is a tricky one to talk about, because the 12th generation as a whole has earned a strong reputation. But 2010 specifically is the weak link in that generation's chain, and it deserves to be called out clearly. This particular model year suffered from early build quality problems that the years around it simply didn't experience to the same degree. Owner reports and reliability tracking consistently show that 2010 falls behind the rest of the 12th generation when it comes to long-term dependability and overall ownership satisfaction. When an entire generation has a strong reputation, but one specific year stands out for the wrong reasons, that's a red flag worth paying attention to. The 12th generation improved significantly as production continued, but 2010 hadn't had the chance to work out its early kinks yet, and there's no reason you should have to pay the price for that timing. To be clear, it's nowhere near the disaster that the 2004 through 2006 years were, not even close. But when you're spending real money on a used truck, why settle for the weakest year in a generation when stronger options are sitting right next door? Both the 2009 and the 2012 are noticeably better picks within this same generation, and we're about to get into exactly why. Those 5 years, 2006, 2004, 2005, 2013, and 2010, are the ones that'll end up costing you far more than they're worth.